What's going on, you guys? Sure51 here, coming at you with an updated deck profile today. Um, so today's Monday, uh, the 4th? Second, third? I think it's the 3rd, actually. I don't know what day of the month it is, and it's only the first week. Um, uh, well, I went to locals yesterday. It was, the $15 tournament for credit, and I managed to take second place with Madolche. Um, I played against one Shadal deck. They played the new Performage cards, the new clowns in the Shadal deck, which actually that was another deck that topped. Everybody who I played against, basically, or not everybody who I played against. Sorry, um, everybody who was in top four was either X1 or XO. I lost to the round one Shadal player who was in top, who actually managed to top four. Um, and then I played against a Toon deck, which I beat that. It wasn't that hard. I mean, it's not that it wasn't that hard, but I mean, Toons fall apart as soon as you MST or get rid of their Toon Kingdom. So this deck is really good at getting rid of things. Um, round three, I played against a Cyber Dragon deck. It was well, it's a Cyber deck. That was a really easy matchup too because it was a little kid who played, but um, he still has some learning about the game to do, and so that wasn't that bad. That wasn't hard at all. But then the next round I played against Clifford, one of our actually best Clifford players I played against. I managed to beat him. It went game one. He went first turn towers. He won that game. Game two, I had Fairy win for his plays, and he didn't draw into anything else, so I just managed to win off of poking him down. Game three, he had a huge advantage over me. He wasn't able to make the towers, which if he did, I probably would have lost again. But um, he had a huge advantage over me. He brought me down to 400. I managed to Fairy win like three of his cards or four of his cards. So we took 1200 from that, and I was at 400, and I had one turn to basically get over his Tribute Summon disc, or else he was going to win. So what I ended up doing was I managed to just come back. I had the Palooza. Well, actually, I searched Palooza that turn, but I just I went so ham. I made a huge board, got around everything he had, and he was top decking. He top decked a shell. He didn't have anything else he could do. So um so yeah, I mean that was game at that point. So then it was 4 rounds of Swiss, right? Yeah, it was 4 rounds of Swiss. Then going in a top four, I played against another Clifford player who I managed to 2-0 so fast, and it was actually my good friend who goes to our locals. I managed to 2-0 him. I just opened really good. Well, I opened a lot of the counters for his plays, and he just didn't get the best opening hands. Um, and then in top two, I played against another Clipboard deck. I I honestly didn't even open that well. I opened pretty bad both games, but game one it wouldn't have mattered because he made towers first turn. This deck, when I made the deck, it didn't have an out to towers, but I'll let you know what you can do to out the card. Basically, like it's really important to have an out to towers in this deck because if it comes around, you can't get rid of it. Well, you lose. So that's that sometimes. But um, yeah, game two, I opened bad and then I didn't see my side, so I just lost. But I managed to come out with 40 in credit, so I was really happy about that. I managed to pick up 2 sneak peek entries, and that helped me finish my like the Gem Knight stuff I wanted to build. I'm building the Arrow Mage stuff, so you know. But enough rambling. Just figured I'd give you a tournament report. But without further ado, here's the deck. Plays one Pudding Cess. Like everybody's playing one Pudding Cess in the deck right now. It's just good. Like it opens up more combos. It's cool plays. Helps you tribute things to get around stuff. See 3 Mageline. It's your search card. 3 Angeli. 2 Hoot Cake. I didn't want this to clog, so Cause sometimes you see too much of this, and you never want to, because if you don't have a graveyard, it's not that good. One Croissant, because this is like the best. This is the best sometimes because he's 23 on your when you normal summon him if under Chateau. So, I mean, he's just really, really good. He's your out to window. Like, he just does so much for the deck, and he opens up combo plays. Two Messenger Lotto. I mean, it's Messenger Lotto. I would play three, but I see this card too much as it is, so I just had to cut it down. It really is too much sometimes. And then two Mufile. Gotta play it. It's so important. It's so important to play. Because a lot of the time you could get Messenger Lotto off, you can get Pudding Cess, you can get Angeli, you can get Hoop Cake. And I think all that together is just more than enough of a reason to play two. So, and it was never a dead card. Every time I had it, I actually wanted it, so I liked it too. Then my tech was Glow Up Bulb. Oh, wait, move these over. Sorry. My tech is Glow Up Bulb. This card actually won me a lot of my games today. I managed to make Nap Beast Barkion in one turn. I managed to go Nap Beast against Clipfort. I didn't see this card enough, honestly. And every time I did see it, it was more than useful. I'll say that much. I didn't think it would be as good as it was, but turns out this card's freaking phenomenal in this deck. I absolutely love Glow Up Bulb. I would not take it out. I would not take this card out. So good. But that's the monsters. As you notice, I didn't play Maxi or Baylor. I just didn't really feel the need for it because, I mean, I just didn't really think I would need it. Turns out I never really did. Kind of happy about that. Two Chateau and a Ticket. Kind of wanted more Ticket. Kind of want to do 2 and 2 now because Ticket's good. It's really good, and a lot of the time they just MST it. So, kind of want to just put in a second one so I don't have to always recover it. Then I play the one Foolish so I can get Glow Up Bulb or any other monster in the graveyard if I need it to be. I play 2 Double Summon because since OTK decks are so prevalent, you can't really afford to instant fusion if you're not going to always have plays, which is what the problem with the deck is. Sometimes you don't always have a play. So Double Summon is probably the better option. I've actually managed to successfully Double Summon like twice in the tournament, and none of them were the conventional Double Summon plays you would think of, like Madolche Double Summon Angeli or Summon Hoop Cake Double Summon Angeli. So you can have the level 3 and the level 4 on the field play, but every time I did do it, I played this deck so much that I've learned a lot of the combos from nothing. Like I went Mufile Special Summon Hoop Cake with no monsters in graveyard, Double Summon another Mufile, and I ended up with a full field. Like plays like that are the ones I've learned how to make with this deck, and I think that's really important. Is you just got to play around and learn what the deck can do, because this deck can do everything for you. This deck will literally take you above and beyond if you let it. But that's enough on Double Summon. It's a great card. Then you play the one Pot Duality. Duality is good first turn, but anything after that is a no. So if you're going first, you have the Duality. If you're going second, you can side this out. It's just a good card if you're opening slow and you need something to unbreak your hand. Then one Book of Moon, one Dark Hole. I just didn't really feel like putting Regeki in, but I would obviously play Regeki over Dark Hole any day. And then 2 MST. Yeah, nothing wrong with any of that stuff right there. Then for the traps, 1 Palooza, 2 Madolche Knights, searchable by Messenger Lotto, obviously. This card was actually pretty fun. I liked it a lot, mainly because it's just, my graveyard's always open, so you can negate a lot of things, and if you have the Pudding Cess on the field, you can just shuffle a card back into your opponent's hand. You can shuffle a card back into their deck from their hand, which is really, really useful, because you basically kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Like, oh, the next thing they could have had is now not there, and the thing that was threatening you then is now not even relevant. So 2 Madolche Knights. Plus 2, if you negate a Burning Abyss summon, they can't reveal it again, so, it's actually pretty good against things like Burning Abyss. Because you don't even want them to make the Dante, because the mill 3 cost bullshit. 3 wiretap. Yeah, I mean not 3 wiretap. Sorry, 2 wiretap. It's so you don't get stopped by your opponent's back row. I mean, I wiretapped like 2 things, but I mean, it didn't really come in clutch. But oh no, actually, I'm sorry. No, this came in clutch once because my guy was gonna get Phoenix Chain. My hook cake was about to get Phoenix Chain, and I wiretapped it. That was the only time it saved me. But that was really useful. So I actually wouldn't take out wiretap. I wouldn't play Trap Zone over it because I'd rather the card be gone. So then it's one less card I have to worry about shuffling back in with Tiramisu. Because that's a problem, is your opponent's going to have 3 or 4 cards on the field, not just not just 1 or 2. So you want that to be less relevant. And then I played 3 Fiendish Chain protection. I mean, Fiendish Chain at 3 is it's really good. I wouldn't change it. 2 Depriz, because it's just better than Mirror Force right now. Sorry to say, all Mirror Force lovers, but it's just a lot better. Warning, Compulse, Bottomless, and Torrential. Lines out the deck. I'll go into extra deck. 2 Alamode, 2 Tiramisu, 1 Invoker, 2 Levier, Mech Equip, Acid Golem, Abyss Dweller. Played a Roach, but you can. I mean, like I'll show you what you can do with this. Play Roach, Utopia, Utopia Prime. I figured these could be useful, but they never were. And then I played Beef Barkion. What I'm going to change this out for is Diamond Crab King. It's going to be Diamond Crab King, Alucard, and this is going to be Malay of the Trees. Malay of the Trees is so I can get to my Glow Bulb more often, and it's actually a lot better than it seems, because everything's an Earth. So what you would do is if you summon Madolche and it survives, because it usually always does, and then you just kind of make a play, and you can send your Glow Ball mill for it, and have a beast on the field with Malay of the Tree. It's just really good. And then 2 Fire Hand, 2 Ice Hand. Obvious. I mean, like if you're playing Madolche, you know everybody sides this in Madolche. Then like these were the worst thing ever. I didn't like them at all. The E-Telly engine, I hated it. I played Esper Girl, Recover, and 2 E-Tellys. I absolutely hated this setup. It was god awful. It really was. I wouldn't play this ever again. It was terrible, terrible. Because these things brick in your hand. Like the reason why people who play Teleport Madolche usually only make top 32 is because the other percentage of the games are them bricking. Because this deck bricks enough as it is sometimes, and you don't need anything like this engine that makes it even worse. So I didn't like it. I'm going to find something else. And 2 Shadow Prisoning Mirror, because it's good against Burning Abyss and Shadalls. Chaos Trap Hole, because Burning Abyss and Shadalls. 2 Fairy Wind for Cliff Ward. This card put in the most amount of work anything ever has all day. And I didn't see my Mind Crushes, but I saw 2 Mind Crushes too, because take out Madolche Knights, put in Mind Crush, pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Honestly, I mean, I love this deck. It's probably one of my favorite decks to play, if not my favorite deck to play. Call it Sweet Treats, because it's honestly just so fun. You put in a lot of work with this deck. A couple of consistency errors here and there, but with that tournament, it actually let me know what I had to change. So next time you see the deck profile, that will definitely be taken first, probably with it. But that's the deck. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Tell me what you think, and peace out, YouTube.